What do you
And
think of this brief from Ornstein? He's saying United won't entertain offers, let alone his departure. Man's gonna be 31 years old. If we don't take 100 million, yeah, we're fucking idiots. I'll be honest. It
bro,
doesn't make sense, especially the financial situation that we're in. We would be
bro.
stupid not to entertain a big bid for this guy.
Yeah, but then also he did say though that that's the feeling right now, and anything can happen. So really and truly, I don't think David honestly knows anything, bro. If I'm being really honest with you, he's only getting information of what he heard from when he signed a new deal or from last year. He's just saying, "Yo, Bruno Fernandes is a key part of United." And listen, he's a key part of United according to Amarin and the club. I'm trying to say he's a captain. He's the one that my United look up to. So in that aspect, yeah, it's easy to kind of say that as a journalist. Right now, when the season kind of tails off or whatnot, and then you sit down and you reflect, yeah, and then Al Hilal come in and they're serious with the money, bro, you'd be crazy not to sell him, bro. Are you mad?
And also, it depends on where
reinvest.
Bruno's mind is anyway. If Bruno sees what they've offered him and he wants to go,
65.
we're not going to keep him against his will. Like, why would we?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? If he actually wants to go and they're offering him generational wealth, like, even though he should be pretty well off anyway. If
Yeah,
he
he
wants
is
to
with
go,
200 grand a
he's
week, yeah.
gone, mate. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. We can say we don't want him to leave all we want. If he wants to leave, they're not going to stand in his way. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's money that we need, bro. Do you know what I mean? And it's money that we can make a very, very good use of. He's far from irreplaceable.
Bro.
Far from it.
But United fans will tell you he's not, man. This is a problem, man. You get me? Like we are the only club that hold on to players and whatnot, and we think, oh, they're irreplaceable. It's because our football club hasn't been able to do it consistently, where we've been able to replace players with quality. You know what I mean? We go and get the likes of Cunha and Buemo and a few others and whatnot. What's it called? Cherky. Bro, like, come on, bro. That's quality right there. For the money
Yeah,
that
but Man United has always been sentiment FC, bro. This is the one thing I can't stand about this club, bro. It's always feelings over facts, bro. And this is the reason why this club is stuck in the past, bro, because everything's about emotions and stuff like that, bro. Listen, business is business, bro. Business is business, bro. We've lost better players than Bruno. Do you know what I mean? And other clubs have lost better players than Bruno as well. Like we saw Liverpool sell Suarez, sell Coutinho, sell Torres, bro. And
yeah, they moved on.
and selling a player like this, yeah, can be the catalyst for a proper rebuild, bro. Do you know what I mean? It could easily be the catalyst for a proper one, bro. Especially for that amount of money, man. You just gotta look at it. So,
bro,
it's something that we really need to entertain, bro.
Coutinho at the time was one of the best talents in world football, bro. Remember that time when he was cooking in what was it 2017 and that, bro?
Bro, he was a joke.
2017 was absolutely killing it, bro. And I was like, rah, Liverpool aren't gonna accept this bid, surely, man. But they did. And then guess what they did? They brought in Alisson and Van Dijk for that same money. You know what I mean? Like they brought
how many trophies later? Do you know what I'm saying? How many trophies? How many Champions League finals later? Do you know what I mean? So,
you know what it is, though, bro. I think with United fans, we look at the worst outcome every time. Have you noticed that? Us as United fans, we don't look at the best possible outcome. How about we get that money and we replace them with 2 or 3 quality players? I'm trying to say we're not having the Glazers aren't in charge now. You've got Jim Ratcliffe. Sorry, you've got my man Jason Wilcox and them, man, Vivell, who have a database, who have knowledge on recruitment and that. It's not as if you're going to get, you know what I mean, a 34-year-old or whoever, Casemiro, and you spending. If you say that, then I'm like, okay, cool, that don't make sense then, because Casemiro's a different sort of player to Bruno Fernandes. That was if that's hypothetical. You feel me? So it's like, for me, with us, we know who's out there. We know we can get. The goals will be shared out, and bro, we move on, man. Like broski, like we said, bro. Wayne Rooney, Carrick, so many players have left our football club, bro. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, but who's gonna get the goals and assists? Who's gonna get this and that, bro? Like, come on, man. Allow this sort of mentality, man. If you're as a team, we need to be creating as a team, bro. You feel me? Like the goals need to be shared, the assists needs to be shared. Like what we're doing here, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like this is the reason why we're in this mess is because we're relying on 1 or 2 individuals. Let's be honest. We're not playing as a team. That's why we're in this mess. You feel me? So
100%.
You get me? Like, come on, man. We've been in this mess with Bruno. We've been in this without Bruno. Like, it is what it is.
I'd argue, yeah, that the worst that we've been has been since he's been here. And people could say it's a coincidence, but I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that he gets output at the expense of the team as a whole, bro. And I've always said that. Do you know what I mean? He's defensively, positionally indisciplined and a liability. He gives the ball away more than any other player in the team.
For real.
And he wins it back less than everyone else, bro. Like, so the numbers look great individually for him, yeah.
Great individually, yeah.
Exactly. But he's a hazard, bro. And this is just one of those things. Like, he doesn't play title winning football. He doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why, yeah. This is the reason why we've been as bad as we've been. Of course, there's other factors, but the bottom line is, Man United, we're not in a position yet to carry players. People say that he's carrying us, but the reality is he's not carrying us because there's a trade-off with Bruno. You gain a lot, but you also lose a lot. And in my opinion, you lose way more than you gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just one of them ones. Yeah, for me, that's just all it is. And people can't seem to fathom that because they think that football and life starts and ends at GA, bro. That's it. They don't see any other part of the game. So it's just one of them things where even the brand of football that we play is better when he's not on the pitch, bro. Like the brand of football that we actually play. We keep the ball a bit more. We look a little bit more cohesive without him on the pitch. But obviously he does have qualities here in the team.
We know that. Yeah.
He has qualities. He does have qualities, bro. No one's saying that he's a bad footballer, yeah, all round. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any qualities. Every footballer in the Premier League has qualities. I don't like Garnacho, but I know the qualities that he possesses. Not many. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know there's certain qualities that he has. When I look at Bruno, yeah, the qualities that he does have, yeah, I don't think, yeah, that you miss them if you get competent footballers. I don't. Like, someone sent in a super chat saying, name 5 better midfielders than Bruno. The honest truth is, yeah, if we're talking about all around midfielders, yeah, we could name 15 or 20. Do you know what I'm saying? If we're not talking about goals and assists, and we're talking about footballing ability and the ability to keep the ball and the ability to that, we can go into most football teams in the league, and we can pick a midfielder that they've got better than Bruno Fernandes.
Let me give you an example, bro. Shall I tell you how many goals Lamine Yamal's got in the league since November?
No, no, probably not that many.
One.
And no one's talking about it.
Well, is no one talking about that?
No one's talking about it. You know why? Because they understand, yeah, that there's more to his game.
Where you go?
Do you understand? Like yesterday, we watched the game, yeah. We watched the game with midfielders, yeah, that by name, yeah, you would think, yeah, when you look at that inter midfield, for instance, by name, you would think, you know what, Bruno gets into that midfield.
Yeah.
He probably, like, by name, he does. Do you know what I'm saying? But by the way that these men were moving the ball and stuff like that, he can't play the way they play because he doesn't have the discipline. Do you know what I'm saying? He'd be a nightmare for a manager like Inzaghi because defensively, when we don't have the ball, this guy's running all over the place. He doesn't know positionally where to stay, where to be. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is the problem I have with him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get other midfielders, yeah. If we could get loads of money, yeah, for him, if we could get 120 million, I would spend 60, 70 million and go get Adam Wharton. Do you know what I mean? And go get fucking Belabor from fucking Brighton. Yeah. And I would blow the 120 million on both of them. And I'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah.
More than happy with that.
Bro.
I would not be crying over losing that player, bro, because the goals, yeah, that we're going to lose from Bruno, we'll sign a striker that's going to give us goals. Sign a Cunha that's going to bring in goals. We can get Cunha and Mbeumo to score the goals. We don't need Bruno to score.
Cunha's got what, 15 goals this season, and Mbeumo's got 18.
Bro, go and get them two. Then we don't need Bruno's goals. How about that? Do you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying, though, we don't know what's going to happen after because we haven't seen that United have been able to get the quality in. But like I said, there's going to be a contingency plan. United are just not going to let Bruno go and all of a sudden not bring anyone in. You know what I mean, bro? Like, they're going to know what's on. Like, and this is the thing, though. We think about the worst outcome possible. You feel me? Like, yeah, cool. And we understand that Bruno has his qualities. He can get you goals. He can get you assists. But overall, like, let's be honest, in this team, he don't really fit the system. But we have to shoehorn him in because he's Bruno Fernandes.
Saeed, the truth is, everyone talks about his goals and assists because no one else is doing it, bro. You know them, man. I'll be real. And it's not necessarily the assists. Everyone talks about the goals. The reason why man are talking about the goals so much is because we got wide players that don't score. No. You know them, man. If we had Cunha in the team and another left 10 that was scoring goals, no one would care about his goals. Like, the reason why his goals are overinflated is because we've struggled. When's the last time Man United have had an attacking player that guarantees 15 goals in the league?
Not since Lukaku. And probably, yeah.
Well, there you go. But this is why people are so obsessed with his goals. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But a midfielder's job is more than just scoring goals. I would argue that scoring goals is probably the least important part of the midfield job because there's so many other things that you need to do in terms of ball security, progressing the ball, defensive responsibility, holding the structure, all of these things. Scoring goals, is the cherry on top. Do you understand what I'm saying? The reason why people are so obsessed with him is because of the numbers, bro.
But you also got to remember, man, by him chasing the goals and the assists here, it's had a knock-on effect on his game, and therefore United suffer as a result because the midfield discipline isn't there. You know what I mean? And we then our shape is gone, and all of a sudden we're spamming crosses in, we're spamming balls in, and then we're on the back foot, and we could see the goals as a result, bro. You know what I mean? We've seen it. We've seen it, bro. You get me? And that's where I look at it and I'm like, yo, cool. The goals and assists are brilliant, but it don't tell the whole story, man.
Yeah, no one's going to talk about that. No one's going to show you. No one's going to show you how many goals or chances, that we concede from him giving the ball away recklessly.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that because it doesn't fit the narrative. And this is my problem. Like, I would rather have a midfielder like a Lavia or a Caicedo, them kind of players, where I can see with my eyes what these guys are bringing to the team, bro. Win, lose or draw, like I understand the quality they've got, rather than a man saying to me, "Oh yeah, we lost 4-1, but he got 2 GA."
Basically,
what are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I just wanted a midfielder to crash the box, I would have kept Scott McTominay.
Yeah, but then also you got to remember, like, if you actually look at the stats that he's got, man, most of them are against the lower half of the table. You know what I mean? Like, most of the goals and the assists he's getting are against the shabby teams, and this is where you have to put these stats into context, man. And for me, it's like I've watched every manager, Ole, Ten Hag, Amorim struggle. I'm not saying it's because of Bruno Fernandes, but there are elements in his game. The fact that they've had to shoehorn him in and find a system to build around Bruno, you then, as a result, then suffer the consequences of that. Because then you've seen our team. Look at our shape every time. It's a 3-1-6. It's this, that, the other. It's this. What we're seeing right now, it's, we don't have that cohesion, bro. We don't.
No, 100%. And it's very
your game, and you put them in, the main center of it, and this is what happens, bro. He was literally forcing him out on the left 10 for how long? And then he realized, oh shit, it's not a left 10. Let me put him back into midfield.
Yeah, and I think it's very telling when you look at the kind of teams that he's linked with. Do you know what I mean? The way these fans talk about him, but he never gets linked to no top clubs.
Well, there you go.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he never does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is, bro, he's not getting linked to the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, the Bayerns of this world. Like, he's not. Man's getting linked with Saudi clubs.